Hobby hero Geoff Wilson got called out for backing out of a $100,000 card deal. Who was right and who was wrong in this card fondler negotiation gone bad?
That's not content.
Despite being off center, PSA graded the Victor Wembanyama Black Prizm 101 card a 10. Now we are finding out Kurt's card care juice might have been rubbed on it too. Will the grading companies finally have to admit it's okay to wax your sports cards?
Waxed on.
Dry your eyes, Mac Jones investors. Pick your head up. We've got a new edition of Sports Card Radio.
Okay, so moving on to our number one card this week, Mac Jones. Mac Jones, the era has begun in New England.
Okay, this was posted yesterday on Twitter by Cards Jakes. He says, I took a few days to decide if I should do this or not. I usually try to stay out of drama, but this is necessary to do in my opinion, even though he's a larger hobby influencer.
Cards HQ is the future of retail in America.
Doesn't mean he shouldn't be held accountable for his actions. Backed out of a six-figure deal with a client of mine. Yep. Do better, be better. At Geoff Wilson, it ain't difficult to be a man of your word.
And sprinkle on some self-care and wellness on top of that.
Okay, let's see what happened here. Cards Jakes, who was the person trying to broker the deal, shared these DMs he had with hobby hero Geoff Wilson on Twitter. It picks up, I believe, on March 1st, where we can see Geoff Wilson is offering $100,000 max for an unknown sports card. The card was likely this one-of-one Topps Transcendent Ohtani autograph superfractor.
Bruce.
Cards Jakes says that the owner of the card needed a moment to think about it. He also mentioned the card was in Canada and asked Geoff if he could come send somebody to come get it.
Chubb is definitely the featured back.
After no response from Geoff, it appears that the seller did take 24 hours to think about it. And on March 2nd, the broker claimed they had a deal and gave the seller's contact information to Geoff. Geoff replied, that's awesome, thank you, but did mention that Vancouver is a long ways away and was wondering if the guy who owned the card was traveling somewhere closer to be picked up. Geoff said he would call him and discuss.
So why do I have to sit here and defend this today?
Geoff did contact the owner of the card to say that he wasn't going to move forward with a cash deal. Geoff said something surfaced at one of his businesses.
Thankfully, Sports Card Investor did not need a PPP loan during the pandemic.
Geoff mentions they could possibly work out a trade or revisit something down the road. Geoff also responded to Cards Jake on Twitter. He said he didn't think it was fair that he was being called out.
I did absolutely nothing wrong.
He said he never spoke directly to the seller and reached out to him after getting his contact information to let him know he wasn't going to move forward buying the card due to a larger than expected tax bill due March 15th. Okay, Geoff had lots of haters and defenders on this one. Let's dive into some of the responses to this drama. Chris Mayer came to the defense of Geoff Wilson, agreeing on a price on a card, then backing out. This happens every day in the business world. Deal not done until cash is exchanged for the card.
PPP.
Bird Nerd on Twitter says to Cards Jakes, you just want your 10 seconds of fame. This happens in business every day. Get over it, man. Hey, for the record, I would just like to say you can get a lot more than 10 seconds of fame for ragging on Geoff Wilson. I also want to apologize to Geoff Wilson for having to find my phone number in his wife's Instagram DMs. And this is probably my favorite response in defense of Mr. Wilson. It says, quote, man, you are just mad that you are not getting a cut. Stop crying. Go get a loan from a bank on your word. At Card Purchaser. WTF is wrong with the hobby? All just about money, hungry grown men. Geoff Wilson, what are we missing? At Eric Whiteback. What is your take on this? While the hobby waits for Card Purchaser and Eric Whiteback to save them,
Iron Circle.
Cards Max thinks it's okay to hate on Geoff Wilson for this, saying, it's wild we live in a world where we bash a $10 stack sale non-payment, but can't bash a $100,000 verbal agreement.
Blind hobby positivity.
MKG Sports agrees. Nobody is saying he should go to prison.
Some people use PPP loans fraudulently.
Yet you read the comments and people are defending it, talking about legalities. It's about your word meaning something. Pretty simple. 100,000 is obviously a lot and deals fall apart.
Dibs is going to revolutionize sports card investing.
But nothing is wrong with sharing someone going back on their word. Helps everyone else avoid that person. Not taking sides here, but I do see people openly complain about non-paying bidders all the freaking time. Yep. We all likely have seen posts on social media from a seller mad somebody didn't pay for their $12 card on eBay. I see people complaining about deals falling apart on Facebook where there is even less of a formal agreement than something like eBay. Card porn, remember him before he deleted his account, used to post buyers who would back out of transactions on eBay. And honestly, the Instagram fanboys used to eat it up.
Here we go!
Curious to hear your thoughts. My only question to Geoff Wilson is, why are you buying Shohei Ohtani cards when it's very, very clear where your investment dollars should be going?
I think that Will Greer right now is about 4 times better of an investment than Kyler Murray.
Okay, lots of drama surrounding this Victor Wembanyama Black 1/1 card that was graded a PSA 10. We heard from Dan the Card Man 2 days ago talking about how this card is off center. I spoke about the card on the True Sports Card radio program. I compared it to the Steven Strasburg card that was graded off center and graded a BGS 9.5 back when Strasburg was the hottest thing in the hobby. In their video revealing the Wembanyama card and the grade of the card, NorCal Sports Cards did shout out Kurt's Card Care at the PSA office.
Hey, real quick though, I want to give a huge shout out to Kurt's Card Care. Kurt, if you're watching this, your product is phenomenal.
On top of that, AIH Sports reported that NorCal Sports originally shouted out Kurt's Card Care in their Instagram post about the card, but later deleted it. Yep. Okay, for those of you that don't know, Kurt's Card Care is a set of products and tutorials by a guy presumably named Kurt, who teaches you how to prep, clean, and restore sports cards. It's not known what or if any of Kurt's products were used on the 1/1 Wembanyama card. For me, I think PSA, BGS, CSG should come out with a clear statement with what they do and don't accept in regards to cards that have gone through the Kurt's Card Care treatment. Maybe it's okay to rub some wax on your cards, but it's not okay to trim them. Whatever the rules are, just tell us. The grading companies haven't been clear on what's acceptable and what is not, and it leads to a lot of questions in a hobby that's already confusing enough.
Bo Bichette.
1 year ago, PSA CEO Nat Turner said anything being added to the card, I guess like Kurt's Card Care polish, is against PSA rules. Turner said that wiping a card is fine with a towel, but you can't add anything like a wax.
Wax off.
The person messaging Nat asked if he could share the comment with the card community, and Nat said, just wait for us to make a statement, please.
I was falsely accused by some others.
So we will see what happens on this one. The first grading company to come out with a clear statement on this one way or the other, will certainly earn my respect. Can you rub Kurt's Card Care juice on your cards or not and send them in to be graded? I hope it's something they can figure out soon.
I was the one that predicted the market was going to boom.
What did I purchase lately? Got this 2020 Panini Select Green Prizm Jalen Hurts rookie card, serial number 3 of 5. PSA 9. Maybe it's got Kurt's Card Care juice on it or not. Maybe it doesn't. Doesn't matter to me. I'm going to try to sell it for $1,200 on eBay, which would net me a $150 profit after selling fees. Bought 16 1989 Score and Upper Deck Albert Bell rookie cards. All BGS graded 9.5 for $82. Bummer I didn't get the Fleer one.
Fleer!
And I bought a 2007-08 Upper Deck Exquisite Chris Paul autograph relic card, serial number 8 of 10. This one's for my brother, which is ironic because my entire life he's told me and our friend Michael Rodriguez that Chris Paul sucked. But what you want to do is join us for our live stream on Thursday, where we will discuss all the things in the hobby, and we will see you then.
I think it's really easy to get caught up in the negativity and the drama.